Hey, everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that impacts all of us, whether we realize it or not: the role of human rights in our everyday life. We hear about human rights in the news, through social media, and in global debates, but do we really understand how they play out in our daily existence? Well, today we're going to break it down and explore how human rights are not just abstract concepts or lofty ideals. They are real, practical, and embedded in everything we do. So let's get started. Did you know that under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, discrimination based on gender and race is specifically prohibited? This has led to movements around the world calling for equal pay, equal representation, and the protection of marginalized communities. Before we dive deeper, let's make sure we're all on the same page about what human rights actually are. In simple terms, human rights are the basic rights and freedoms that belong to every person, everywhere, regardless of their nationality, ethnicity, religion, or any other status. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, adopted by the United Nations in 1948, laid the groundwork for these rights, which include the right to life, liberty, and security of person, the right to work and education, and the right to participate in the cultural life of the community, among others. Now you might be thinking, sure, that sounds important, but how does it really affect my daily life? Well, the truth is, human rights shape everything from the moment we wake up to when we go to bed. Let's break down some everyday examples. First up, the right to education. Did you know that human rights ensure every child has access to education? Whether you went to school in your hometown or in a different country, the right to education is fundamental. It helps empower individuals and lift communities out of poverty. Every time we send our kids to school or when we pursue education ourselves, we're living out human rights. Next is the right to work. This one's huge. It doesn't just mean having a job, but having the opportunity to earn a living in a safe and fair environment. Think about it. Whether you're a freelancer, a teacher, or working in a corporate job, your ability to work and earn a wage is a fundamental human right. The workplace laws we have, like equal pay for equal work, safe working conditions, and protections against discrimination, are rooted in human rights. Human rights are also central to social justice and equality. For example, movements that fight for racial equality, gender equality, or LGBTQ+ rights are all grounded in the principles of human rights. When we stand up against discrimination or push for more inclusive policies, we are fighting for the basic dignity of every human being. Let's take a look at the ongoing global push for gender equality. The right to be treated with dignity and respect regardless of gender is a human right. From pay equity to access to healthcare, the struggle for women's rights, for example, is about ensuring that everyone has equal opportunities and freedom. This isn't just a global issue, it affects every society, and it's something we all should care about. In today's world, human rights are not just about physical spaces and laws, they're also about digital spaces. As we spend more time online, the right to privacy has become more important than ever. The right to control your own personal information, the right to freedom of expression online, and the right to be free from discrimination on digital platforms. These are all emerging areas of human rights in the digital age. Just think about how much of our lives are shared online now, from social media to online banking. Ensuring these digital rights is crucial. Human rights aren't just something that affects us in our everyday routines. Sometimes they come into focus when global issues hit home. Conflict, poverty, and climate change can directly impact human rights. For example, the refugee crisis is a massive human rights issue, where millions of people are forced to flee their homes in search of safety. Whether it's access to food, water, shelter, or asylum, these basic needs are also human rights. Or consider the ongoing battle for environmental justice. The right to a healthy environment, the right to clean air, and the right to live free from the devastating effects of pollution. These are human rights too. And while these issues may seem distant, they have real consequences for individuals and communities everywhere. Human rights are fundamental to the well-being and dignity of every person. They are the principles and standards that recognize the inherent value and equality of all human beings. From the moment we wake up in the morning to the time we go to bed, human rights shape our daily lives in ways that many of us may not even realize. These rights influence how we interact with others, access education, healthcare, work, and express our thoughts and beliefs. Human rights encompass a wide range of freedoms and protections, including but not limited to the right to life, liberty, and security, the right to education, freedom of speech and expression, and the right to participate in the cultural, social, and political life of a country. These rights are enshrined in documents like the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, adopted by the United Nations in 1948. Since then, they have shaped international laws, policies, and norms that protect individuals and groups around the world. So what can we do to protect and promote human rights in our everyday life? Well, it starts with awareness. Educating ourselves about human rights, whether through reading, watching documentaries, or simply staying informed about current events, is a crucial first step. Then, we can get involved by supporting causes that align with human rights, whether that means donating to organizations, volunteering, or even just speaking out when we see injustice. At the end of the day, human rights are a vital part of our lives. They are the foundation for dignity, justice, and freedom. Whether it's something as simple as the right to express ourselves, or as complex as fighting for global equality, human rights are everywhere. So let's keep the conversation going and continue striving for a world where everyone's rights are respected and protected. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more discussions like this. And as always, feel free to leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and let's keep fighting for human rights every day.